Today we are going to find out which is the best iron of 2025 for low handicap golfers. And I've picked out my top 4 performers this year that I'm going to put to the test to see which one is the best. So we have got the Ping Blueprint S, the Callaway Apex CB, the TaylorMade P7CB, and the Srixon ZXi5. So 4 clubs that are really designed for low handicap golfers. Now, I would say that's probably single figures or lower. So generally guys looking for feel, looks, optimal spin control, really trying to get that dispersion nice and tight, okay? So the first thing we need to look at is the looks, because if you're a low handicap golfer, you want something that looks nice, okay? Certainly when you're getting over the golf ball. For me, in terms of the looks of all these, well, they are clearly all nice, but I would say the Srixon ZXi7 looks the best. Yeah, definitely looks really nice, that. If we look at the playing position, again, typically this type of golf club is going to be quite small. Now, it depends on what you like to see, but if I'm looking down there, they've all got slightly different top lines. Now, the smallest top line is actually the Callaway Apex CB there, which again, you may or may not like, but they all look good. If I was to pick one, I'd probably say the Ping there. I really like the look of that as that sits. That Ping Blueprint S looks really nice in that playing position, but the key thing is the performance, isn't it? So let's kick off. Going to hit a few shots with each club. Going to give you my honest opinion, looks, feel, sound. Then it's all about the all important numbers at the end. Let's kick off with this Ping Blueprint S iron. Okay, so being super popular, we know how popular Ping are. They are very, very strong brand when it comes to irons. I would say Ping are probably more known for that kind of G range, you know, for your sort of mid to high handicappers. We're here into the sort of better golfers iron, and I think looks wise is nice, you know, nice and clean. It still looks like there's a little bit of forgiveness in there in terms of the design. Looking down, I think it looks beautiful there on the eye. Pretty small footprint, as we'd expect for this type of club. So we're not going to get the longest of shots, because really it's not about distance. That felt nice. Nice solid strike there. I like that sort of white line they've got. I think that really helps from an alignment point of view. But yeah, feels nice. Surprisingly, get some good speed numbers there. Wouldn't necessarily expect that from this type of club. But yeah, it does feel really solid. Obviously a forged face. You can definitely feel that forged face there. Really nice. A little bit off the bottom, nice and straight. Lost a bit of yardage, as you would expect. You know, this type of golf club isn't overly forgiving, but to be fair, this one actually does seem to have a bit of forgiveness in there. Remember, Ping have the Blueprint T, so that is the small head. Okay, so this is a little bit more forgiving than that, okay? Yeah, so 6 shots there. All in all, I thought it was nice. Actually, it was a bit quicker ball speed than expected. Not that that's necessarily important. I did like the off-centre hits. You know, yes, if you're a good ball striker, it's still important to have a little bit of forgiveness. Spin number was good, about just under 5,400. We want that optimal spin, don't we? We want the ball landing and stopping. So now into the TaylorMade P7CB. So we've got this CB that replaced that MC, if you remember. They do have an MB, this is the CB, so not a blade as such, but definitely a sort of muscle back. Again, forged face. Yeah, I felt nice. I felt really solid off the face there. Certainly like it again, playing position, nice sort of small head, but not too small where you feel like you can't hit it. Bit off the bottom, but again, similar to the Ping. I think the Ping carried about 160 on a miss hit, so certainly a level of forgiveness. Felt nice. Yeah, felt really good, that one. Yeah, again, spin number seems very similar to the ping. Yeah. Okay, so now into this Callaway Apex CB. Again, I really like the look of this. I like what Callaway have done this year, you know, in this sort of Apex series. There's some real nice progression throughout their set into the sort of I-150, 200 and 300. They've got a nice kind of blend between their range this year, which I really like. Okay, let's give this a go. Yeah, straight away there, that was the best feeling club so far. That felt really nice and soft off the face. Yeah, I like that, really like that. Something quite satisfying there when I'm striking that. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it feels really solid, like it. Yeah, solid. Decent spin number there, 6,000. If anything, prefer that, you know, just a little bit more spin just to help with the distance control. Yeah, felt good again. Really nice. Yeah, solid. That has been so far the best one, certainly from a feeling point of view, and the performance felt good as well. And finally, let's try the Srixon ZXi 7. There's certainly the ZXi 5 gets a lot of my fittings, you know, that's very much for like your sort of mid handicap golfer, certainly mid to low. This 7 is definitely for your better golfer, 5, 6 handicap and below. And I just think it looks really nice on the eye, nice and clean looking, very premium, like that sort of polished finish to it. Playing position just feels, actually, although it's for your lower handicapper, there's still a pretty mid top line on it, so there's a little bit of forgiveness in there. Yeah, that felt good. Yeah, certainly speed wise it seems a bit quicker this. Again, as I always say to you guys on these videos, you know, think about your own game. What is important to you? Is it looks? Is it feel? Is it the spin number? Is it distance? You know, you might be a low handicap golfer that wants the feel, wants the looks, but you do want some ball speed as well. So ball speed generally is more for your cavity back clubs, hollow bodied clubs, but it may well be important still on these sort of players irons, if you like. Okay, so that is 6 shots with each club. All felt slightly different. I'm very interested to see the numbers. In terms of my general feeling on what I enjoyed hitting the most, surprisingly the Callaway, that Apex CB just felt really nice, lovely to sort of look at. Yeah, which actually before the test I wouldn't have predicted that, but let's look at the dispersion first because I might be wrong. Okay, so yeah, that pretty much backs up what I was feeling. You know, you can see that Apex CB, the Callaway, that small blue circle, looks really nice and tight. The next best dispersion looks like the TaylorMade. Then the ZXi 7 looks good. Just that one miss hit are almost similar to the blueprint in there as well. Blueprint seems a bit more spread out, but from a dispersion standpoint, definitely the Callaway. And now into the numbers. Ball speed all looks quite similar, doesn't it, really? A little bit more out of the Srixons, but, you know, very minimal. Launch angles all look the same, apart from, interestingly enough, again, the Callaway just launching that little bit higher at 18 degrees. Again, spin number just a touch more with Callaway again, which I think is better, you know. 6,000 is a great number, you know, for this type of golf club. Height, again, a bit more with Callaway, so getting that stopping power. And then in terms of distance, Callaway actually the lowest at 160, but you've got a 162 with TaylorMade, 163 with the Ping, 166 with the Srixon, so not a lot in it really. But again, the big thing with the Callaway there, you'll see plus or minus 3.6 yards, so really, you know, very tight dispersion. So really in terms of overall performance, in terms of looks, feel, dispersion, optimal spin, hands down the winner today is the Callaway Apex CB. As always guys, if this is your first time watching the channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.